Hello. Hello.
Hey there, Sydney.
Hey.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What you doing?
I'm just here at the pool, hanging out on my balloon dog.
Looks relaxing.
It's so relaxing. It's a great addition to any room or pool.
Why does this feel like the start of an ad?
Because I'm selling you on the balloon dog.
Yeah. Why though?
The balloon dog is incredible. Everyone needs one. It's a friend. It's a floaty, and it's fun. The three F's
I'm
of
sold.
balloon dogs. It takes a really long time to blow up.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried about you. Getting
all
a little red in the
Surf's
face.
Up.
Yeah.
Wait.
And not can you get up?
I just don't want to
Are
dump the
you
water all over.
okay?
Okay. Let me get situated so I'm not really loudly
I think that's gonna happen.
rustling
no
the
matter
balloon dog. I gotta be really still.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh, his face is too fat, I
think.
think. I feel like. Oh, what's that?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that's awful. I feel like.
I like it. He looks like Snoopy.
It's hard to see, like, from here it just looks like he has big protruding eyes.
Yeah.
Like that lungfish picture we were looking at earlier.
Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
It's quite elegant.
It's really funny. I'm gonna knock it off.
You gotta go with it. Oh.
I feel like I'm just gonna, with sunglasses, I'll do it until we get our outfits. But.
Okay. Well, welcome to this week of the Pawlywood Pawdcast with Sydney and Shannon.
We're here, the podcast with two paws, talking about animal movies. Today, none of the animals had paws.
None of them?
No, one of them did. You're right.
The, gopher thing.
I thought it was a hedgehog.
I have no idea.
I assume because its hair was
The
spiky
mammal.
that it was like a hedgehog or a...
But the hair came off at the end. It's like a groundhog. I have no idea.
Oh, maybe it was like faking it.
Yeah. Is it toupee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There was one animal with paws. That was
One
it.
brown fuzzy animal that was something. Who knows? And this movie Surf's Up.
Yeah.
We're talking about Surf's Up.
Beachy attire.
Yeah, it's like we're at the beach. We're ready to surf.
Do you want to discuss your...
I mean, the
costume
balloon
if
dog
you can
is
get up?
self-explanatory. I'm not going to get up because I'm never going to get back down. But I have sunglasses. I have my little, my Hawaiian shirt that's big, but not as big as your Hawaiian shirt. Some sunglasses. I said that already. My little earrings that are leaves to match. And my socks that are toucans from my sock subscription.
Very fun.
And that's it. That's it for my outfit.
We both have a green theme.
We do both have green theme.
Yeah, today is, I have a couple Hawaiian shirts. I went with this one. It's literally, what is it, like a men's double XL?
So big. I feel like mine is also, my legs are just really
Yeah.
long, so it doesn't quite have the dress.
Okay, it doesn't
The
say the
dress
size,
factor.
but it's clearly like a men's double XL. I just wear it as like a cover up or a dress.
Mm-hmm.
It literally almost goes to my wrists, which is fun. Yeah, I'm very comfy.
You got your sandals?
I have my sandals. I'm ready for
the beach?
The beach. What was the beach called? Pangu Beach.
Yeah.
I'm ready for
it had a
Pingu.
beach. I think it had a name. It was like Pingu Island.
Pangu Island.
But I don't know what the beach was. It was just the beach.
Pangu Beach.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sydney has lent me this.
The chicken purse.
Her chicken purse.
For Chicken Joe.
Yeah.
A
That's about it.
great character.
The best. Every kid's movie has to have like a full stoner character.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what are we even here for? So.
Yeah, so Surf's Up. Surf's Up was made in, was it released in 2007 as well?
I should know this. 2007 or 2009? One of those. Yeah.
I think
this
it was
is one of
2007.
Okay.
That's my
Yeah,
guess.
you're right.
There we go.
One of the better movies that we've done. We've both seen this many times before.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should watch this one.
Everyone should watch this one. This one we actually recommend to
Yeah.
sit down and watch and
like
pay
as
attention
an adult,
to.
it actually gets better. We'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
in the segment that is about that. But
Yeah.
like, just go watch it.
Go watch it.
I don't care if you're not a child.
If you haven't seen it, pause right now and watch it.
No,
right,
keep watching
right now, and then come back to
We need
this so we
views.
don't spoil it for you. Well, okay, watch it. Click on it. Watch it. Go watch the movie. Click away. Come back to it. Get us another view.
Yeah.
And then, watch the podcast.
They're totally gonna do that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I feel like probably a lot of the people who are watching this have seen Surf's Up, so
Yeah.
I think we're probably okay.
I hope so. They better have.
This feels like less, it's like underrated, but not as
Not like a bizarre
weird
deep cut.
niche. Yeah. Yeah.
So, this movie, well, I think probably our favorite thing about the movie, which they get into it right from the beginning, is that it's like a mockumentary animated movie, which like I can't really think of that many other ones of those, if any.
I don't know if there are any like animated mockumentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two. Yeah, it's just really good. It's really creative. It's clever, and they just go all in on it.
Yeah.
So we open up with
So this is the recap.
Oh yes, you're right. We open up with like a bunch of like film crew people talking, and like the boom is in the shot, and they're like, "Oh, seconds late," like like all these like film things, and it's like, "Oh, this is a mockumentary." They're like doing the interview, and that has like the film grain, and it's very fun. This is not in my yay or nay because it wasn't really good for that format. But a fun fact is that in order to mimic the documentary camera work style, they actually did like mocap on like real cameras, like from like that people were like shooting with.
Oh, interesting.
To mimic what like an actual camera doing,
Yeah.
like a verite would like be doing, which I thought was very fun.
Yeah, that
like,
is
they
fun.
really committed to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they'll do like little like flashback scenes where it's like old film reel with like those lines
Yeah.
like pop up on the side, the scratches. It's just really good. Like the style is really fun.
It really is. But yeah, so we open up, we realize that we're talking to Cody Maverick. He's our main character. He's a penguin. He's one of those macaroni penguins. I think if I remember my penguins. Macaroni.
Don't encourage me.
Shannon, in case you didn't catch that, said Maverick-aroni. Like Maverick and macaroni penguin.
See, now that you say it out loud, I'm ashamed of myself.
No, I liked it. I wanted to make sure everyone heard it because it was good.
Yeah, my other one was Top Gun Cody Maverick, which was equally awful. But yeah, so we're introduced to him and his family.
He's got his fun little like yellow hair, macaroni hairs. He's there. He's got a family. They live in Antarctica on this little island called Shiverpool, which is really fun. And they're not British though, even though it's a play on Liverpool. I feel like.
Yeah, it's just Antarctica.
Yeah, they're just there.
But yeah, so he lives a humble life.
He really wants to surf.
We get a great introduction to everyone on Shiverpool, who they're like a fish sorting community.
Yeah, they sort the fish, but
and
like
Cody's like, this is just, it's so awful.
It looks. He's like
so
this
dumb
because like, every fish you see is the same fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get like the old guys talking about sorting the fish. Haha, funny. We get like his brother who like kind of hates him.
It's like the Lenny and his brother from Shark Tale.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's like the big beefy older brother that everyone is proud of, and then like the weird kid that like wants to surf and be a vegetarian.
Yeah, he wants to surf, but like he has his little skateboard, his ice surfboard, which is fun.
Yeah, he can kind of surf.
Yeah,
he's decent.
He's like, this may be kind of I don't know how he phrases it. He's like, I'm not bragging. I really am just the best here.
Because he's like the only one.
He's the only one
that does it at all.
Yeah, but then we get like a fun, like, since the dawn of time, penguins have surfed. To like flashback.
Really, we get like cave paintings.
Cave paintings of penguins surfing, and then like we hear about Cody, and he's got this idol, Big Z, who's this penguin who also surfs. Who one time just appeared at Shiverpool and gave him a necklace.
But then tragically died.
It's really sad. He crashed into the boneyard in the water, which is just like rocks, and he's dead.
Yeah. So we get like Cody backstory, we get Surfing Penguin backstory.
Yeah.
And then a talent scout, inciting incident, arrives to Timberpool. It's like a little bird that walks
sandpiper.
Really fast. Yeah. Don't remember his name.
Did you ever do the Sandpiper song?
No.
I don't remember where I learned it, but it's like Sandpiper, Sandpiper, running in the sand. Sandpiper, Sandpiper.
Catch him if you can.
I don't know if it's that.
I don't think it was that.
No.
Rhyme.
And then it's like, oh, now I'm combining it with some ghost song I sang in Halloween concerts at preschool that was like, ooh, but it's not that. That doesn't make sense. But Sandpiper song. That's why I know what a sandpiper is.
Okay.
Got little legs and they run fast. Normally they like to run in and out of the water and catch, like, stab their faces into the sand and eat the bugs.
That was what that Pixar short was, right?
Yeah.
It's Sandpiper.
Yeah, that was called
Piper.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. But yeah, this one is like.
This one's about
jaded Hollywood, like. He's tired. He's
about to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
He's like jaded assistant to this.
He's been sent on a mission. He's like, no one's gonna surf here. This is a fool's errand.
Yeah.
I want to die. Send me away.
And he goes and he's like, I guess Cody. And then Cody's like, oh my god, let me show you what I can do. And then they go out there and there's literally no waves because it's Antarctica. And then the guy leaves. Right?
Then he like is turning around and then like a big wave comes.
Oh yeah.
And Cody's like, look. And he sees him like, yeah.
Doesn't he fall? I missed that part.
I don't know.
I think he falls because then he's like, you suck. I'm not taking you. And then Cody's like, I'm going anyway. And then surfs after. To get across the world, they ride on whales. And so, yeah, across the world. It's like warm where the contest is, right? And so he goes and he like gets on. He surfs to the whale and he gets on.
And meets
Chicken Joe.
Greatest character.
He's a chicken. He's from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Michigan. My God, I'm ashamed as a Midwest girl. I should know. I've never been to Sheboygan, but I know of it.
I only know of it from this movie. But yeah, Chicken Joe, voiced by Napoleon Dynamite himself.
Oh yeah, I totally didn't put that together. He's there. He's Chicken Joe. Yeah. He's
just a stoner.
He's just a stoner. He's got his corn surfboard.
Yeah.
The fact that I've forgotten the word surfboard twice already is not a good sign.
Not good life in this podcast.
But yeah, and they're like, they immediately hit it off. I'm not really sure why. I think just because like they're both the weird outcasts and everyone else is like an actual surfing penguin from the surf island Pingu. That reminds me of the Pingu.
Like the little animal.
The little clay.
I know, I kept thinking of it.
Yeah. Where it's just like they don't talk and they go like rah, 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 and then they scream.
Yeah.
I had no idea what that was until somebody was showing it to me a couple years ago. I feel like it was, I don't remember who it was.
I feel like it's just always been in my
like when I saw it I was like, oh yeah, that's what you're talking about, but it was gone. I did not watch it before then really. But yeah. So
yeah, they get to the island of Pingu. Oh wait, also we get like a little flash of the news broadcast of the surfing competition, like around when he's getting scouted. And instead of ESPN, it's SPEN, Sports Penguin Entertainment Network.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really funny.
And it's like the reporters are like actual surfing commentary guys, right?
Yeah, Kelly Slater, who I guess is like a real life.
Yeah, and the other guy was like,
don't remember.
Rob Macho. It wasn't his last name, but it was something like that. Yeah. There's one more syllable somewhere in there. But yeah, they're like doing it, and I really found it funny when they were like explaining, and they're like moment of silence for the people who have died. All right, moving on. Right after.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we meet some of like the other guys. There's like just, you know, your skater dudes. There's the one with the long hair. There's the one that has different hair. And then there's what's his name? Tank.
Best character. Tank, the like John Cena of penguins.
Yeah.
Just huge.
Huge guy.
Penguin. Loves his trophies.
I did really like, it was kind of on him, but a lot of them, how they had, like, on, like, because penguins, right, they're, like, white, and then the black, on the, and in between, like, to kind of fade, it was, like, flowers, like, tattoos, like,
yeah, they gave him
I
sort
liked
of, like,
that.
a tribal tattoo.
Yeah. Yes. But he's, like, so full of himself. He's convinced he's gonna win. I think he wins it all the time.
He was the one that Big Z
lost to, and died to. He didn't kill him, but
the competition.
But yeah, so this competition is a memorial, of Big Z.
So at this point, you begin to realize the soundtrack is absolutely fire.
Yeah,
just like this was like a thing. Like my friends and I watched this as like children, and then in like middle and high school, sort of circled back and we're like, wait, this movie had like a really good soundtrack. Like it just has so many good, like, I guess kind of like reggae influenced pop songs, kind of like, and then a lot of Green Day that kind of comes out of nowhere, but it still works.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And like the score is also good.
Like Stand Tall. Yeah.
We can talk about in music.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we had a category.
We have the music category now. It's okay.
I'm bad.
We'll talk about the best music moments there.
Okay.
But in general, it was good.
Yeah, he meets Zoe Deschanel, who's a lifeguard.
His name is like.
He loves her immediately.
Lila or Lula or Lee.
It's not Lula. It's
not. It's something with
Lonnie.
Lonnie. I knew it was 2 syllables. With an L.
So she's like hot girl penguin.
Yeah.
But she's like cool.
That was something that, like, I love everything about this movie except it has the sexy girl animal, like, syndrome.
They all do. She's not the worst offender. She, like, has a personality.
No, she at least has a personality.
Yeah.
She's a little bit manic pixie dream girl, it feels like, but that also
That's
just because it's
Zoe
Deschanel. Yeah.
Like,
but
you can't avoid that.
Yeah, all of the girl penguins are, like, sexy girl penguins. Except the mom is pretty, like, normally shaped.
Yeah. Penguin shaped.
Yeah, pretty penguin shaped. But the girl penguins, apart from her, are girl shaped.
Yeah, Cody. We should also mention Cody is voiced by Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Who honestly, I mean, obviously a lot of hot water.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf, but like.
Yeah.
But like his performance here is very good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I feel like young Shia LaBeouf was.
Yeah, he was
better than.
Yeah, I don't know what is happening now.
Something happened.
Clearly, child star lifestyle.
Did you ever read it? What was that movie that he did? The war movie where he
Battle
was.
of Shaker Heights.
I don't know if it was that one, but he was like.
No, that's not.
I gotta have a real. Like, this character has a scar on his face. It's gotta be real. So he'd literally carve into his face like every day.
Huh? What?
I think this was him.
No, that sounds like
a
him.
movie. I think the movie was called Theory, maybe.
Huh. Yeah. Damn. That's crazy.
So this was before them. This was like Holes Shia LaBeouf. Not quite. Holes, when he was in Holes, wasn't he in the movie?
Oh, yeah.
They go out and there's the owls on the ground.
Yeah.
But he was like, younger.
But yeah, so Cody goes into like the woods and meets the Big Lebowski. Apparently they based his character a little bit on Big Lebowski.
Well, what happened is he got to the island. Tank was like, I'm the best. Cody's like, nah, man, let's battle. And so they try to battle in the ocean by surfing. And Cody wipes out and gets stung by a sea urchin. And then he's like, you're gonna die. And Zoe Deschanel Penguin does some ineffective CPR. Everyone knows you do CPR to the tune of Staying Alive.
But yeah, thankfully, this old penguin is there to pee on him.
Yeah.
That's what happened, right?
I don't know what.
They go into... Because he has to get peed on as a sea urchin.
Yeah?
Was that...
I don't think he actually pees on him.
Oh, someone peed on him.
I don't think so.
No.
He peed on him.
He did?
He did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was
and
just
then knocked him out because he was really grossed out by it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just a fact check from Santa.
Thank you. I was thinking, because I remember those kids being like, you gotta pee on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he got peed on.
Fun fact. I don't know about sea urchins, so this doesn't really relate all that much. But I know the, like, idea that you're supposed to pee on jellyfish things is not actually true.
Heard that,
doesn't really do anything. I did not get peed on when I got stung by a jellyfish, but we were all like, should we have? And we looked it up, and it was like, no.
You would think more people would look it up before trying that. Like, that's a big step to take if you're like, I don't know.
No, I mean, it's like,
I guess
in the moment, you're like, somebody's screaming,
Yeah.
and the jellyfish is on you.
That's true.
And you're like, oh my God, how can I help? I can tell you that you don't, especially if you get stung on your leg, don't walk. Chill out for a minute. It spreads the jellyfishness. And don't dump salt water. Also spreads the jellyfishness. Or no, wait, not fresh water. Sorry. Oh my God, spreading so much misinformation today.
Wait, what
You
is the
want to
facts?
put salt water on
Oh, you
it.
do?
That stops it. The
Really?
fresh water makes it worse.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I know that because the first time I got stung, we did everything wrong. And then it was bad. And then when I got stung 2 days later on the same leg, because I was forced back into the ocean, shout out to my mom. When she made me go back in and I got stung within 15 minutes again, we were like, we've learned. We've learned what Google wants us to do. And that is, somebody should carry me back to the house and we should make some fun saltwater paste in the kitchen and slap it on my leg.
Interesting.
So, yeah. That's the one thing I know about the ocean. And the other thing I know about the ocean from oceanography is that if you're stuck in the riptide, swim parallel to the shore.
Yeah.
And Bruce, was that his name?
Bruce.
I was like, if you're going to take one thing from the class, that's what you should take.
That's
because
right.
people will call him up and be like, I don't remember anything from your class, but you saved my life, man. Yeah.
Good man.
So if we save your life by letting you know on this podcast how to deal with a riptide,
In the comments.
thank us in the comments. Yeah.
No, we're just begging someone to leave us one comment.
Yeah.
Please.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. He goes to the woods. He meets Jeff Bridges, and he's there. He's like
he's like an old slacker.
He's got like fun feather hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a little mop on his head, and he lives out in the rainforest, and nobody's seen him, and he like hides. And Zooey Deschanel is his niece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like living as a hermit.
Yeah. So yeah. And
he
then
takes Cody under his wing.
Yeah, Cody's like, I'm leaving, man. I think because he like doesn't he like comment on his Big Z necklace and is like, that guy sucks.
Big Z's dead.
Big Z's dead.
He's nothing.
Yeah, so Cody's like, screw you, man, and then walks away, but then just like sits on a log, and then
when you're fighting,
yeah, and then the guy comes up and is like, here's your necklace. Oh my God, you're sitting on the log you're on. That's the perfect log for surfboards. And then they go and make a surfboard.
Mm-hmm. So they kind of fight Z's.
It's okay. That literally the next scene is where you find out. So they find a beach.
The surfboard. He's like, the surfboard, I can make my own. And he's like, you literally can't. This is like just a thin piece of wood that will break instantly.
Well, that's after he learns, right? Because
I think they fight about it first.
No, I don't think so. I think he's like, we're making a board, and then he's like, oh my God, look, it's a beach. And then they're like, very cool beach. Go to the beach. And then he sees 2 little beach houses, and he's like, "Oh my God, I recognize this board. It's Big Z's board from when I saw him."
Right.
And then he looks over, and Jeff Bridges' penguin is like sadly looking at his old guitar, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's Big Z. Big Z's not dead."
So,
wow.
So they kind of bond, and there's like again training montage.
Big Z's like, this is how you make a board, you do it really slow, and then Cody's like,
it's great.
Does it really fast. It's like a Karate Kid thing. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Chicken
Joe
Joe
is getting like killed.
Chicken Joe
like in a pot
is like, I gotta find my friend. We have a fun little montage of him just like shouting Cody around to the island, and then someone's like, Chicken Joe, aren't you scared because the rainforest is scary? And he's like, it's a great place, it's so nice and peaceful. And then you get shot by some darts and wakes up, and he's like tied to like the penguin's stick, and they're like gonna boil him and make chicken soup.
Yeah.
And then he's
So-
like, I'm having a great time with my new best friend.
I'm in the hot tub.
I'm in the hot tub. They're feeding me
My
carrots.
pores are open.
Yeah. He's so dumb.
So back to Z and Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Well,
I think, you get the board. He makes a really awful board that's got like a hole in it and it immediately breaks. And then he's like, I'm leaving again. And Big Z is like, okay, if you say so. And then he like storms off and runs into the girl. And then they like fall down a hole and they have one of those like mid-2000s roller coaster scenes.
Yeah. Why was that? It was
Such
like
a
also
thing.
an Underdog where he's like tunneling through the earth.
It
after
wasn't
the
like,
bomb.
I am now, because I can't remember what other movies they do that in. There are so many movies in that era where like every animated movie was like, oh my god, look how good we can do motion. And they were just like, let's shoot our
Really?
characters down a tunnel.
I've never noticed those.
And I feel like people are gonna think I'm making it up because I don't have anything to back it up. But like I know that's a thing.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
It's a thing. I swear to you, lots of animated movies were doing it. And he's like, yeah. It's like, oh my god, like shoot them down. Something is happening everywhere. It was a trend. So there's one of those.
Yeah.
And then they get shot into like a vat of glowworm poop.
Yeah. But it's like romantic. Whoa.
It's like, you know how there's bad smells and good smells? This is a good smell.
It's like,
She
okay.
says. And then they like wash it off in a waterfall.
Yeah.
And he's like,
like,
we
can
can
I
talk
do
about
something
anything. We're in the
personal?"
shower. Haha.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I'm really jealous because you got him to go out to the beach. Like, he's my uncle. It's been a time. And then he's like, well, I was kind of a dick. He doesn't say that because it's a kid movie, but he says, I was kind of a dick. I don't think I'm going to go back there. And she's like, you got to go back there and not be a dick. And so then they meet up again, and Cody learns how to have fun because surfing is about having fun. That's what sports are, is fun. And he learns how to have fun, and then he learns to surf, and they surf together. And then we have like a fun little barbecue where they're singing, and they all sing, I don't remember what, but then they all have to hit the same high note.
It's the ukulele song.
The ukulele song.
This ukulele.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was listed as in the credits. Performed by Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
They have the full version in the credits, which is nice.
And
But
then,
yeah,
and then Cody asks something. Oh, he's like, will you come watch me in the contest?
The Big Z Memorial.
The Big Z Memorial Contest. Big Z, will you come to your memorial contest? And he's like,
see no problem there.
he's
None
like,
at all.
you still want to compete? That's not what surfing's about. Get out of here, man. So
But he
leaves.
gets Z to reveal why he didn't come back to the beach
Yes.
after losing.
He got beat by
Why he
Tank.
faked his death.
He was like, these new kids, they're too good for me. I'm an old man. I'm a nobody. He's too
to come back
embarrassed.
after
Yeah.
losing. So he figured it was better to just pretend he was dead
Yeah.
forever.
It's wild.
It's like, okay, vibe. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
humility was not his strength.
Yeah, at what point did he go from winning is so important that if I don't win, I'm going to pretend to be dead to winning is nothing. If you compete, you're the worst person in the world and I'll never support you.
Yeah, fair point.
But yeah, so he's like, absolutely not. And then the girl is really mad too. And then he goes back anyway. And he's like, he meets up with Chicken Joe again. They're like friends.
Yeah, he saves him from like getting boiled.
Yeah. And then he goes, and then it's
competition
time for the competition.
Whoa.
And it's
At this point, I was fully just doing internship stuff.
Yeah.
But I have seen this movie like 8 times.
So it's a
I still know
competition.
what's
We get the reporter guys. They're like, man, it's deadly out there. Somebody's gonna die. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like kind of stormy and gross.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone is like 3, 2, 1, go, and everyone runs except Chicken Joe's like really slow and like oh, and then they're trying to
he's
serve.
just sort of laying on his board going, look at that.
Everyone
cloud,
kind of like
bro.
is like going really hard, and
That
then
cloud is a kitten.
Yeah.
God.
Chicken Joe is like literally just watching the clouds,
Yeah.
and then stands up in the middle of a wave and does so well he gets second place in the first round. So Chicken Joe, Tank, and Cody make it to the finals. What would this movie be if not just the characters we know make it to the finals? And so it's the 3 of them, and they go out again, and it's like dangerous, but it's the competition, and Tank like wipes out, and everyone's like, oh my god, Cody's gonna win. And Cody and Chicken Joe, they tie because they're both really good. And then the next wave, apparently there's only 2 waves. I don't know how surfing works.
Me neither.
But then the next wave comes and like, this is it. I think it's timed.
Oh.
That's how I think it works. And so they're like, oh, this is the last one. Not like you get like 3 waves each. Like I think it's how many you can get.
I see.
Maybe.
No idea.
They so explain it in Soul Surfer, which I don't remember at all.
I did not watch Soul Surfer.
Really?
No.
It's the only other surfing movie I've seen.
I feel like I see. Do you remember when like 3D TVs were like a big craze for a while?
Yes.
We had one of those, and you could just buy like certain movies.
Yeah.
And you had to have the glasses, and you could buy certain movies that were like made to be good for like.
I also feel like we had
that. It was like such a thing for like a year, and everyone was like, "This is so stupid," because you have to like buy a 3D DVD, and they're so expensive. But we had like one that was like about like Hawaii and like fish, and then one that was about it was about sharks, and then one that was like surfing in Hawaii. It's the only other surfing thing that I've seen.
The only other one, what's that? Oh, they surf in Teen Beach Movie?
I didn't see that.
You gotta watch that.
People keep telling me that.
Teen Beach Movie is honestly great.
Yeah.
Like, it's not High School Musical, but it's great. I last watched it 2 years ago.
Okay.
I went and watched, or no, it was 2020, summer 2020, because I think that was when the first season of the High School Musical show was out, which also highly recommend. But I watched that, because that's also a mockumentary, which is kind of fun. So I watched that. I watched all the High School Musicals again. No, the High School Musical show.
Oh, I didn't know that. That is fun.
Yeah, so I'd recommend that. That's great.
Okay.
So that, I watched all the High School Musicals again. And then I watched the Teen Beach movies again. And then I think I watched the Zombies movie, which I don't really recommend that one. And then the
Zombies movie?
Yes, there's like Romeo and Juliet zombie movie where there's this society. It's a musical, of course, and it's this society where there's like the nice part of town where like.
Is this like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies?
No, this is Disney Channel. Disney? Yeah, this is their.
No idea.
This is one of their, apart from Descendants, their like other thing they're doing right now. They just finished the third one. I've only seen the first one. So yeah, it's called Zombies, I think, and. There's the girl, and she's like blonde and a cheerleader, but she wears a wig because nobody can know that her hair has a black stripe in it. Or maybe nobody can know she's blonde. That's like really, okay, so yeah, she's like, she wears a wig and everyone's ashamed of her. And she's really popular, but nobody can know she has blonde hair. And then there's the other side of town.
Reveal that she's a zombie?
No, it's just like a shame to the community, I guess. I really don't remember why. No, okay, but this is where it gets crazy. So then then there's the town is divided, and there's literal like apocalypse style fence of like the people cannot cross. The zombies live on one half of the world, and the humans live on the other, and they're not allowed to interact. But then the high school gets this like wild idea of what if we let some zombies in and like maybe they're people too, because literally it's just the zombies are just people with green hair and like a little bit of dirt on their faces. And so the zombies go, and then the boy zombie meets the girl cheerleader, they fall in love, everyone's like, this is awful, and then she at some point whips off her wig and goes, I know how it feels to be like mistreated and like shunned because I have blonde hair. And everyone's like, oh my god, we gotta be better than these zombies, man.
This feels okay.
The third one, I think there's aliens. I haven't seen it, but I think that's the new faction. I think there's maybe werewolves in the second one. They like add more every time. But yeah, back to why I knew that was summer 2020, because I watched all the Descendants movies. I had only seen the first one. And then the week after, when I was working at the kids camp, we decided we were going to watch all the Descendants movies that week. And so I watched them 2 times in a row.
But yeah, the zombie thing just sounds like so much.
I literally sat there and my jaw dropped and I was like, what? That's what you're doing?
I can't believe, did Disney just like, they have so much IP.
I don't know what
Like,
it
I get
is.
mad
It's
when
one
they
of-
remake all their old IP, but they should
But
just
that-
keep doing that.
Right.
This is the alternative. It reminds me of, did you ever watch the show Star-Crossed?
No.
Okay, so my friend and I got really into this. It's like one of those ones that, like, you know it's, like, atrocious, but
Yeah.
like, you still love it.
Yeah.
And, like, when we were, like, 14, we got into the show. It had one season, and then it was canceled. It's, like, streamable on Netflix. It was absolute, like, dog shit. It's basically... So, there's this girl, she's, like, not interesting at all, whatever. Like, UFOs show up, and then there's, like, aliens. I don't remember what they call them. But, like, some alien... Like, the aliens want to, like, go to school. So, like, there's, like, the alien kids, and they send, like, 5 of them or whatever to, like, come to the high school and, like, be students so that people will, like, get along better. And it's very clearly, like, just a not really comfortable, like, allegory for, like, the Little Rock Nine.
Yeah, that's
And,
what
like,
the zombies movie is, too.
And it's,
yes.
like, maybe, like, is this the way to do... Like,
Yeah.
I cannot imagine it as being handled well.
That's what was wild about the zombies one, because it literally was like, let's open up the segregation gates, and all these, like, preppy, mostly white kids are gonna yell at these zombies, who also a lot of them are white, or at least white passing. I think the main guy is also white. And they're like,
and then they're like,
screaming at him, and they literally
like,
torment him so, like, they torment all of them so much, and, like, lock them in closets and stuff.
I experienced discrimination because I'm blonde.
Yeah,
so
I can't remember if it's blonde or I think it's blonde. I think literally she wears, like, a brown-haired wig or, like, a darker blonde hair wig, and she whips off it, and she's like, I'm bleach blonde. My hair is white.
Yeah,
and everyone at, like, that's watching the cheer contest is like, oh my god, what? Wow, let's all shun her now. And then she's like, no, we need to treat people better.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, so I don't
Disney
recommend that, but honestly, the rest of Descendants is fine. I like it enough. It makes me think now of when a little boy asked me if there would be any more Descendants movies, because Cameron Boyce had died, like, 2 days before that. And then he was asking me about, like, how did he die? And I was like, I think he had, some sort of heart condition or brain condition. He died in his sleep, I think. And then it was like am I gonna die kind of thing? And I was like, oh man, I'm not equipped for this. And we're standing outside the Chicago Field Museum waiting for the buses to show. And I'm trying to keep these kids in line and not, like, flinging themselves down the railing. And I'm like, man, it does suck that Cameron Boyce is dead, but, like, we're gonna keep moving forward. I didn't know what to say. But it was not like oh my god, I can't believe it's dead. It was more of like, oh my god, what are they gonna do about Descendants? And then they were absolutely shocked when I at one point Googled. I think it's different now because he's dead and they, like, rethought it and have a different spin-off now. But it was gonna be called, like, Descendants Highway to Hell or something. And all, like, a bunch of the really, like, little Christian boys were like, why did they have it titled that? We can't even say the title. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's what Google says. They thought I was really cool because I knew about Descendants. I was like, yeah, I know who Mal and Evie are. Those are their names. And I was the cool counselor because I could talk Descendants with them.
The decon.
Descendants, Marvel, and Glee really made me the cool kid.
The kids are still watching Glee.
The one boy.
Okay.
There was one boy who I shan't name drop. Because what if he watches sometime?
Okay.
I had him for 3 years. He and his twin brother, and they were both, like, a lot. But yeah, there was this little boy, and he was like, he was him, and there was another boy, and I probably shouldn't have, like, shipped them because they're 8, but, like, it'd be really cute because they were both so into Descendants and would have dance battles. And this other boy was the one who asked me about Cameron Boyce, and then he, like, cried to me because his sister was allowed to go to theater camp and he wasn't. And this one boy was the other boy was the one that was like, I don't think gay people exist. They're only on Glee. And I literally had to stand there and be like, I hate to break it to you, kid, but, like, they're real. And, like, we're not supposed to, like, share our personal lives, so I couldn't be like, there's a gay person in front of you. But I was like, all of my friends are gay. I promise you they're real. And he was literally like,
this was the same kid as Descendants?
No, these were two kids.
Okay.
These were the two different boys.
One kid you had to explain death, and one kid you had to explain gay people are real.
Yeah, and he did not believe me. Because we're, like, standing in the line I was, like, you know, we're, like, at the bathrooms. They're all in a line against the wall as we, like go in and out. Because you're only allowed to let 2 kids in the bathroom because there's 2 stalls. Otherwise, they all go in there and, like, fling soap all over the walls and dump water on the floor because they're 8-year-old boys. So I'm, like, standing there, and this kid is like, yeah, I watch Glee. He's been telling me about how he watched the episode in season 3 over the weekend where Ricky Martin comes in and is the substitute Spanish teacher. And he was like, yeah, that one with Steve, the Spanish teacher. And I was like, you mean Ricky Martin? He was like, yeah, that's the one. I was like, that's not his name, but cool. Didn't think of me to break it to him that kid Ricky Martin is gay in real life. But he was like, yeah, gay people aren't real. I literally don't believe you. They only exist in Glee.
Why would... Not even, like, other media, just Glee and...
No, he was, I think it was, like, only exist in, like, TV shows, like Glee, because he'd seen a gay person in Glee. And I was like, I hate to break it to you, man. It was wild. But yeah, so I thought him and the other boy who cried about not being able to go to theater camp. But they were both so into Descendants, and they'd be like, can we play music? Can we play the Descendants songs? And one time they, like, put out a mat, and they were, like, having a dance battle. And I was like, this is so cute. Like, they're really good friends, but, like, someday when they're not 8.
And believe in gay people.
and believe in gay people. Yeah, like, good luck to that kid. I hope he's doing okay. He's in, what, 5th grade now? 6th grade? Yeah, hopefully it's going better for him. I hope he believes in gay people. No. I tried my best.
It sounds like it. I don't know what more you can do.
Yeah.
Children have opinions.
Literally the wildest things that was not the only time I had to explain death to a child. The other time was when
I can't do summer camp. Like,
there's this one girl who, like, she thought I was her favorite counselor. We were pals. She was, like, sobbing in the corner, and everyone looked at me. Like, this was I was probably 18 then. They all looked at 8-year-old me, who's at 1, maybe 2 years younger than all the other counselors. And we're like, can you deal with this? And I go sit next to her, and she's like, my grandma's cat died. We're going to her house over the weekend, and it's not gonna be there. I was like, oh man. Oh man, that really sucks. I had a dog that died once, and yeah, and so I was like, what were some nice things that you did with the cat? Just like, I gave him food. And I was like, man, I bet he's, like, out there somewhere, and one day you'll give him food again. I was like, I have no idea what to say to this kid.
That must have been very confusing.
Literally sat there for, like, 2 hours being like, yeah, this does suck. I'm sorry, man. Like, oh, what was his name? I don't remember. But I was like, yeah, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I'd wish I had, when my dog died when I was little, we have this book called Dog Heaven about when all the animals, they go to heaven, and then, like, the angels adopt them and give them food, and they, like, hold on to the dogs till you get there, and then you can hang out with them, and they give them fun treats. And I was like, I feel like that's calling it cat heaven is too religious for this YMCA camp, but, like, that was the vibe I was trying to give off. I was like, it really helped me as a young child, too. I was like, I don't have the book to read to you, and I don't remember it very well.
Solid.
So, yeah, those were, like, the super fun trials and tribulations of working at a kids camp. You know, the kid that would come up to me and be like, I'm just really nervous when we have to go places. And I was like, same here. I don't know how to help you because same.
The words. Wait, didn't you have to, like, explain the realities of, like, the impending climate death of Earth?
Yeah.
To a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were at the Field Museum. It could have been the same day, honestly. But because I knew all the museums, having gone to them as like a kid during field trips, museum day was like my time to shine. And so I would be in charge and I would get the map and I would take us places and lead everyone around. It was so fun. I loved being in charge. And then we'd go to like I think it was like the different, like the world, like evolution. That's what the thing was. And there's like different, different sections, and like they have like big giant red pillars. It's like the first mass extinction, the second one, and like, yeah guys, so that's like when I just learned about this in a class. So I was like, I have all this knowledge now, but like that's when a bunch of everything died. And then we get to the last one and it's like the sixth mass extinction. Is it happening now? Could be. All the animals are dying. And I'm like, yeah, kids, so we gotta save the animals. And yeah, so I used that in like 3 different classes for an essay, but we really gotta save the environment, so I can stop telling kids that having to explain that to children.
Yeah.
But yeah. What a time.
So Cody is in the surfing
So Cody's in
competition.
Surfing competition. And there's the 3 of them left.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about how I even know how
How did
surfing
we
works
get
because
here?
of I'd only seen 2 surfing. They surf in Teen Beach Movie.
Right, okay.
Still amazing movie. The first one, the songs are so good. I remember all the words to all of them. It's got Ross Lynch in it.
Don't even.
Did I tell you about that dream I had about Ross Lynch?
I think so.
Who I was roommates with like Ross Lynch and Zendaya in college and like somebody else. I don't remember who it was. And I was like, I was talking to Ross Lynch about how I had a really famous roommate, and I was like, you are Ross Lynch. I'm telling this story.
Telling him about Teen Beach Movie. Or
Oh my god, yeah. I was like, oh my god, it's like Grease meets High School Musical. I think I was pitching it as something.
You were like pitching Teen Beach Movie.
I was pitching, have you ever seen this movie? It's so good. It's like High School Musical meets Grease, and like there's surfers and stuff. It's called Teen Beach Movie. And then I was like, oh my god, you're in Teen Beach Movie, you're Ross Lynch. And then I went around and told that story to about 6 different people in the dream. And then I woke up and told that story to about 6 different people in real life. So it was wild. It was really funny. Like, did I need to go tell my other roommates and Daya about it? Probably not. But it was really funny. So yeah, watch Teen Beach Movie. We're talking about surfing. I don't really know how surfing works, but they're surfing. Cody, and then Tank comes up and was like, gonna kill Chicken Joe or something. And Cody's like, not on my watch, and stops him. And then Chicken Joe like wins, but Cody's gonna die in the boneyard. And then Big Z shows up and is like,
at the site of his
death. And then they do the really fun, I liked this callback about how he gets onto his surfboard. He's like makes an X on his stomach because they kept doing this bit where they were like, you're not watching the waves, you're gonna land right here in the sand on the X. And so they did that, but then he caught him and then they went to shore. Where like the hedgehog, whatever his name is.
Oh, we didn't even talk about this guy.
Yeah, we kind of did. But he's the hedgehog. He like runs this contest and
he's like insane.
Yeah.
He has like a toupee.
I think his name's Reggie.
Yeah.
And he is like
very loud. Oh
my god, we have to mourn. We've lost another surfer. He was so young and had so much promise.
We should stop doing the competition at this location during
and
massive storms.
And maybe who wants to buy this surfboard? And then Big Z shows up and is like, I'm Big Z, I'm alive. And everyone's like, oh my god, what? And they're like, where were you? And he's like, I needed a minute.
20 minutes away from here.
He's like, I needed a minute. It doesn't matter. I'm here now. It's Cody. And then they're like, Reggie, you suck. And the sandpiper takes his toupee. And then they like, the little children who've been here the whole time and they're great. They steal the trophy and they like break it. And then they like, Tank is sad.
Yeah.
And
Tank
then they all
his trophies. His trophy wives.
They all have names.
And he like kisses them.
Wasn't that a TikTok thing sound going around for a minute?
I have no idea. I don't use TikTok.
I don't either, but I feel like it was where everyone's like, this is... And they would like show different things that they owned of like...
That sounds funny.
This is the
I haven't seen
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it isn't,
fun fact. The actor who voices Tank also voices Tank's mother. In the scene
fun.
where she's like, "Are you polishing your trophies again?" And he's like, "No, Mom." Just for like one line.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so then Big Z is like, I know this beach where it's not stormy. And they go to the secret beach and they play a fun song and everyone has a good time.
Yeah. The end.
Yeah, and then it cuts back to the mom and the brother, and they're like, oh, he's gonna come home, and they're like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the trophy, and they're like, there's no trophy. Oh, was it a big shell? No, he didn't win. And the brother's like, ha ha ha, he didn't win.
We're so proud.
And then there's a post-credit scene where the brother like breaks the film equipment.
Yeah, it's pretty good. He's like throwing stuff out the igloo window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that surfs up.
That serves
With
up.
a really long intermission of
Yeah.
so many
death to children.
straightened up the children and the not great
Death of the
zombies.
universe.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
time for Top Dog. And do we have any favorite quotes or moments?
So many favorite things. Yeah. I liked all of the times that they utilized the mockumentary format. Like you would hear the film crew like asking questions and you see them like interacting, like, I don't want to answer that. Like you see like the equipment in the background and people like Reggie yelling at the like,
and the
boom
off
op or
screen like
whatever.
filmmakers are the directors, which is fun.
So fun. So yeah, they just really utilized that like better than like any animated movie I've seen.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what other
and
animated
it's such
movie.
a good like way to then like, oh, you can cut to this random exposition that like doesn't really pertain to the story but is pretty fun.
Yeah, and they do it as like archival footage, like
Yeah.
film reel style, and it's just really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a bunch of quotes. I said, he's a dirty trash can full of poop. That was, for a while, the only thing I wrote down. That was the kids said that about Tank. They also said about Tank, a winner is someone who doesn't knock me off my surfboard and break it when I'm trying to get on some big waves.
Tank's definitely not a winner.
Tank's definitely not a winner. I also liked, I know he's out here. I can feel it in my nuggets, that Chicken Joe says. I don't know if I liked that or didn't, but it was just memorable.
It was notable.
It was notable.
Yeah.
And I said, when the reporters were like, a moment of silence for the like dead people, and we keep it on moving right after. And then the one that was like, I'm not the only kid on the island whose dad was eaten. When it's like showing a picture of Cody's dad with
whale,
a giant whale
with
about to
its
eat it.
Jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then I really liked that on the poster it says a major ocean picture.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, any other moments that I didn't think of?
I
feel like I mentioned all the ones I
yeah.
talked about.
Yeah, just the overall like film like style is so fun, and Shia LaBeouf gives one of the better performances that I've seen for like an animal movie or like animated movie, like for kids. Like his it's just there's something so like genuine and like multidimensional and like humanistic about it when it's literally a cartoon penguin. And like it just feels so like real. It sounds so dumb, but like there's something really special about
That's what I was gonna say, animal performances.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he did a great job. I thought Jeff Bridges as Big Z did a great job. Their dynamic was very fun. I love Chicken Joe.
All the kids were funny.
All the kids were funny, yeah. I said I liked that there were surf people. I don't know who any surfers are, but
fun if you know.
If you know who surfers are, it's cool that they got them involved. I don't know who they are, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And I really, I've never noticed him before, but the little rescue floaty squid, who Zooey Deschanel penguin carries around, the entire time is like glaring at her and rolling its eyes.
Yeah, it has these very expressive.
It's really
big
funny. It's
eyes
so
that just,
expressive. Yeah. Any graphics? The only thing I had written down were sexy girl animal syndrome, and they really loved that roller coaster vibe in that era.
The water looks pretty good. I read a thing. I have a lot of just like trivia that's not in YRNA because it's not good for the format. But like apparently the directors were like, we're not making this movie unless the waves look realistic.
They did.
I mean. Move over, Avatar: The Way of Water. Surfs up to this in 2007.
Every time I see a movie now that has like different frame rates, I'm like, James Cameron better look out. and take notes.
Because, I mean, he did it worse than, like, anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. And then, like, do we have an overall top dog? I said the mockumentary style. I think that's the best thing about this.
Yeah.
That and, like, the soundtrack music is really good. But the mockumentary style.
Yeah.
The true top dog. Okay.
The top.
The
Emperor Penguin.
The Emperor Penguin. Oh, that's fun. We don't need to.
I'm just firing on all cylinders today.
You are. Okay. Perspective. What do we think about it as kids?
Finally, one I had seen as a kid.
Yeah, you go first then, because I saw it, I liked it, don't really remember anything besides, I think it was a McDonald's toy and that was fun.
I just remember, like, we would watch this as kids and always be really into it, and then every year we sort of expected it to be like, oh, it's just a kid's movie, and it would just keep getting better.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, we liked the soundtrack, like, well into, like, preteen, teen years. Always had, like, just before... Yeah, it was, like, before I realized even, like, when I was a kid, it was not registering that it was a mockumentary. I
didn't remember that at all.
I was, like, too young to, like, get the gimmicky, not the gimmicks, but, like, those fun elements of it. And then watching it as I'm older, I feel like I like it even more. Because when you're a kid, you kind of like everything. It's just sort of something to passively look at.
Yeah.
But now I'm, like, I really admire a lot of this. And, like, this is just so, like, it holds up and then some.
Yeah, that's what I also think.
And it's fun, like, knowing
better.
who the people are, too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who any of those people were.
I didn't know who Jeff Bridges was
Yeah.
and that he's the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say, like, pretty much almost every aspect of it has, like, gotten better watching it as, like, a competent, like, adult human.
That's what I would say, like, in terms of the mockumentary, but also, like, I feel like the story hits harder as someone who's, like, in that Cody stage of life. Of, like...
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to make it out here. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You just
if
need
only
to find a Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, if only I could step on a sea urchin and be taken in by someone
the dude
who teaches me the ways of life.
Yeah, it is kind of just Karate Kid for the modern era. I don't know. It's not. It's its own thing.
And it's not Karate Kid, but here's my take. Last time we watched
this... Oh, yes, here we go. Oh, this is going to be such a long episode.
2 years... When did we watch this? Like, a year or two ago? We
were
summer before
together.
senior year.
Yeah.
Because, like, Nick was there and somebody else was there with summer.
Yeah.
And...
Shout out Nick.
Shout out Nick Lou. I think he hadn't seen it. I think that's why we were watching. Because, like, him and some other people that were there. We were all
we were definitely showing it to
people. Like, Andy was there. And, like, people hadn't seen it. Shout out to Andy. If you're not listening, you should be. Because all of our friends should listen because sometimes we'll name drop you. And you never know when you're going to be... Because we get really off topic.
We cut it out. But...
Yes, we have cut things before. But, like, we get really off topic, so you truly never know when you could be name dropped.
That sounds like a threat.
Yeah. Listen up.
Or
Get
else.
ready.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so here's my take when we watched it last time.
Was this a take you'd been holding on to, or did it just, like, light bulb down upon you?
It light bulb down upon me as we were watching it. Maybe not even, it might have been later on when I was, like, thinking about it. But I was like, okay, Surf's Up is just Cars, but with penguins. It's the exact same movie. So we've got...
And I was like, what are you saying?
We've got this young hotshot. He's, like, in the competitive world of the sport. We have Lightning McQueen. We have Cody.
He's cocky.
Kind of full of himself. Lightning McQueen a little more so. He's, like, actually in the big leagues. He's actually, like... But, yeah. He's, like, I'm so much better than these old guys. I'm amazing. I'm going to this championship. Come at me. And then, he, like, says, come at me a little too hard. And then ends up in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, they end up in this little place, you know, the town, the rainforest, whatever, and we meet a cast of characters. We've got the girl. She's a girl, and she's there, and she talks to the main boy, and she's cool for that reason. And then we have Chicken Joe Mater, the goofy sidekick, who's like talks kind of funny, acts kind of funny, goofy guy, cool guy, we're friends, what a weirdo. And then we have the old wise mentor played by, like, a famous actor who everyone respects, who's kind of just playing himself, but as a penguin or a car. And they used to be in the game. They used to be really famous, and then they like faked their death and disappeared into oblivion. And nobody
happened in Cars.
Yes, and nobody
I haven't
knows.
seen Cars in so long. That's insane.
No, because it's oh my god, what's his
Insane.
name from like Cool Hand Luke and like that guy who's like really oh my god, wait, Paul Newman of GKA fame. It's Paul Newman. It was like one of his last movies.
Oh.
He's the old man car, and he was like this really big car. Everyone loved him. He was the Hudson Hornet, and then he got in a super bad crash and disappeared. And everyone's like, he's dead, he's gone. And then the Lightning McQueen stumbles upon his old garage, and is like, oh my god, wait a minute, that's a piston cup. That's 5 piston cups. So many Hudson Hornet things all over the walls. And then he's like, that's not me anymore. Get out of here, kid. And we've had like some training montages where, you know, this upstart's like, I know exactly how to surf these waves or like ride these dirt corners, and then like totally screws up and like, you know, totally falls or whatever. And then they have new names now that are like, you know, kind of the same but different, because he's Doc Hudson, the Hudson Hornet, and then like Big Z and whatever his name was.
The Geek.
I thought it was Zeke for some reason.
That's also what I thought it was, and then I was on IMDb and it
not.
kept referring to him as the Geek, but I fully thought his
I
name
thought
was
it was
Zeke.
Zeke, yeah.
All 8.
But apparently it's not. Let's just pretend it's Zeke, because that fits with my theory better. And
this is how I write essays.
And then he's training him. We like learn a little bit, and then like there's even a fun moment where the girl is finally like, okay, yeah, we'll go on a date, and they zoom through the landscape, you know, tunnel, drive. Yeah. They end up at a waterfall, like going under the waterfall, and then having this really deep conversation about like, man, this is what it used to be like, where like, and the penguin is like, he used to be really cool, it used to be really fun, but like the car is like, we used to be on Route 66. And it was really hopping here. And then they go back, they're kind of in love, but they're kind of not, and then they get mad because like the main guy wants to leave the town, goes back, competition time, he's like trying to be really tough again, and he goes out, and it's like a super intense race, and it's not going great, and what are we gonna do? And then the retired guy comes back and coaches him through it. Doc Hudson like tells him how to do it, and then like Big Z is like helping him, and then the like really nasty like good guy. So we've got, what is his name, Chick or whatever. It's not Dick Chick, but it's something like that.
Dick Chick.
Something like Dick Chick, the green one with the mustache. You know what I'm talking about.
Do.
And then
I have to Google it.
It's not Dick Chick. Dick Chick, the green car. He's there, he sucks. He's like so full of himself, and then he's gonna win. He's like, I'm literally the best car that's ever lived, and on this new car, and I'm so cool. And he's about to win. And then the blue one, Dynamo, and that's not his name, but he works for Dynamo. The
Chick Hicks.
Chick Hicks.
Michael Keaton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's not Dick Chick, but I knew it was Chick something that rhymes with Chick. Chick Hicks. And then, yeah, Dynamo, the, like, blue car that has the dinosaur on it. And that one's, like, literally gets in a crash. And Lightning McQueen blows his chance to win the race by helping his new friend cross the finish line. So, like, it's not his quirky new friend, but it is his new friend that, like, is gonna die and, like, helps him finish. So, Dick Chick does win, but, like, so that's a little different. But, yeah, then the girl is like, oh, my God, we're in love. And then he goes back to the small town, and, like, everyone's happy. And the small town becomes, like, a whole new hangout for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know if I heard that level of detail.
It's the same movie.
That is actually crazy.
It's legitimately the same movie. Cars came out in 2006. This came out in 2007. So, like, would have been written and started working on it independently of each other. Mm-hmm. Which is wild. It's just wild because, like, yeah, I was like, maybe that's just how sport movies work, which is a little bit the case, but this is still, like, obviously there's some differences,
so
but
specific.
It's the same movie.
That's crazy.
So that's from my perspective.
Yeah.
Surf stuff is Cars, but with penguins.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't really have anything else to add about that. That's just where I was at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have so many more things.
Oh gosh.
Music. Don't stop the music.
Solid,
General.
Very good.
My favorite music moments, were when they played What I Like About You when Chicken Joe is cooking. And it was like on beat. It was edited on beat and the like guys were dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then I really liked when Z was surfing and it was the fun surfing because we learned how to have fun. And I wrote Turn Tomorrow into Yesterday, and I don't know if that's what the song was called, but they said it.
Yeah,
in the song.
I don't know the names of like any of the songs.
That one
They're
was
all
fun.
good.
And then I just really liked when he was going out to the first wave of the contest, that score theme, when they play it, like whatever the main theme was. It was nice. So those were my favorite musics. Do you have any other specific musics?
I'm distracted.
I've been doing this the whole time. So.
I really, love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Hoo-hoo. Like an owl. Do you have any... Would you recast anyone? Would you add anyone? Would you delete anyone? I've mostly just come up with alternative castings. That's what I've come up
Go
with.
for it.
Okay. First off, the best... This should have happened. Why it didn't happen, we'll never know. I guess because he probably wasn't big back then. But the porcupine, whatever his name is, Reggie... Mm-hmm. It's Guy Fieri as a porcupine.
As a Pokemon.
Pokemon as a hedgehog.
Yeah. No, he literally has.
It's just Guy Fieri
hair.
So like, if you gave him some sunglasses and you gave him dyed his hair a flame like shirt, it's just him. Mm-hmm. And then it'd be really funny if we like ripped Guy Fieri's hair off.
Yeah, that would have really added.
So like, yeah, I also thought his voice kind of sounded like Billy Crystal. He sounded like Mike Wazowski. Mike Wazowski. So that was another one. I also put down Bill Hader. Could have been him, or as the sandpaper guy would have been kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I put down Rainn Wilson, and I don't remember who I thought he would be, but I put his name down as somebody.
Chicken Joe.
Yeah. I think that was who I was. Yeah, maybe. I put down Seth Rogen as Chicken Joe. And I put what I said, if we redid it now, I would want to see Miles Teller from the new Top Gun, because we were talking about Top Gun Maverick, but I think he could do it.
And Whiplash is kind of the same.
Partially because he was called Rooster in Top Gun, but
that's
his. But I just think he'd be good
as Cody.
And I also as Cody. I thought a slightly different take on Tank would be someone like Robert Downey Jr., like more of a snarky, like instead of just.
Yeah.
Meathead, John Cena if we wanted to go the same
or like
vibe.
The Rock.
Or The Rock. Yeah. And I put John Goodman had kind of Z vibe, big Z vibes, but Jeff Bridges, because it's just the dude, I don't think it could be anyone else.
Yeah. You're right.
Do you have any actor?
Oh no, I agree with all of those. I think no. Solid picks. Yeah. I forgot this was a segment.
What was what's the line that you were saying as it happened with the sea urchin?
Oh yeah. Broken, gone, broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought
I like that part.
I just thought I had forgotten that. I was like, I'll write down that line for Shannon to say, and I forgot to.
No.
But there you go. That's a line.
Dancing on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for that segment. We have the rating. How do we rate it out of 4 paws?
3.5 out of 4.
Yeah, I think 3.5.
Honestly, maybe the closest to 4. We were talking about what are the best ones. This one, Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
And was there another one that was like good?
You weren't there for it, but Groundhog Day is also good. Yeah. I think this or Puss in Boots are my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good.
Really good. And now it's your turn.
Like, I don't know what would be a 4 out of 4.
I don't either. It just feels hard to do.
Yeah, it feels weird to be like perfect score.
Perfect score.
Like, maybe someday.
This
is close, though.
I think I will give, when we do Air Buddies.
That's the perfect film.
Because there's 5 of, I guess because there's more than 4 puppies. There's 5 of the puppies. They each get a paw. All the puppies. And their weird names. And they're each a sport. Okay. Yay or nay time.
Yay.
You've got the yay or nays this time.
So excited on Pick a Thing. Yes, okay. Yay or nay? This is our true or false trivia portion. Yeah. James Woods, who played Reggie / Guy Fieri, really threw things at the filmmakers when his character did so.
Yeah, I feel like that's true.
Yeah, apparently some of the actors during the voice recording sessions were allowed to have props with them. So like Zooey Deschanel would carry like a duffel bag when her character was carrying the squid around as she was acting.
Interesting.
And James Woods would just like throw stuff.
That feels less effective than throwing things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me just have a backpack.
But yeah, kind of fun.
That's fun.
Unless you're the filmmakers having stuff thrown at you. I don't know if that was like a discussion they had or he just started throwing things.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah. Also, apparently, it was unusual because most of the time the actors were able to be in the room with each other while they were
that's fun. I always like when they do that.
Yeah.
When they like give you.
So it's probably the directors recording their lines as James Woods is actively throwing stuff at them because they were in the movie. Yay or nay? This won Best Animated Feature at that year's Oscars.
Nay.
What did it lose to? It was nominated.
Yeah. What is this? 2007?
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what's the Disney movie that year? The Pixar movie. Is it a Pixar movie?
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to back. WALL-E isn't that year. Neither is Up. What came right before those ones?
That was the golden era of Pixar.
Yeah. You're gonna say it, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, yeah, what was it?
Ratatouille.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, if it's gonna lose to anything.
Oh my god, Ratatouille we gotta add to the list.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ratatouille.
But like there's nothing we can say that's like a hot take about Ratatouille.
True. I just have fun stories about Ratatouille.
Okay, we'll do it then.
Or I can just tell them now.
No, this is gonna be a 3-hour podcast. Okay, yay or nay? In the Brazilian dub of the movie, the city so you know how his city is called Shiverpool in English? In the Brazilian dub, it's translated to Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, I really hope so.
Yay.
Yay.
It's true.
Yes, that's amazing.
That's so good.
I love that.
So good.
Amazing.
Okay. Yay or nay? I can't even read my handwriting. Yay or nay? The film initially was a commercial disappointment before later obtaining a cult classic status and recouping its budget.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
No?
What? I don't think it was true. I made that up.
Oh.
I think it did decently. I think it did. It came out at like the same time as Happy Feet, and then did.
Oh yeah, the Penguin era of animation.
Better. Yeah.
Wasn't there something else?
So I don't think that was a thing. I think it did solid on its release.
It was Happy Feet, and then wasn't the Penguin the March
of the
Penguins was around then?
Maybe. Yeah, that feels right. It was hard to keep track of all of them.
It was Penguin era.
Going off of that, yay or nay? The year prior, Mario Cantone, I don't know, the Sandpiper guy, starred in another parody Penguin movie.
Yay.
Yay, it was called Farce of the Penguins. And it was a parody, obviously, of March of the Penguins.
Oh, that's fun.
Which, like, what a 2 years to just be doing
so many penguins
movies that are, like, parodies of genres and other movies.
I was like, is Happy Feet a parody? Because that's also that was 2006,
No.
I think.
Okay.
Lots of penguins.
Lots of
Penguins in Madagascar? That was... Madagascar came out around then, though. That was 2007
They learned how
and
to get the
2008.
shape of a penguin and just like, let's go with this for a while.
Everyone was like doing penguins.
Yeah, I think that's all of them. I had some other ones just as like facts that aren't really fun as yay or nay. Which is John Heder and Dietrich Bader, who played Tank, starred in Napoleon Dynamite together also. I don't know who Tank played in Napoleon Dynamite, but I thought that was fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I wish I had a fun year and I had to say back, but I don't.
That's not how this segment works.
I know, but it's fun when I just happen to know something.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't. So.
Cool.
Cool.
Love it.
Time for the grand finale. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Go see it. It's not in theaters. It should be. Somebody
bring it back.
Bring it back.
It's on. We had to rent it, didn't we?
We did have to rent it on Amazon Prime. It was on HBO. Well, you can watch the sequel on HBO. That's what one of your names should be, even though I know the answer. If there's a sequel, and it
looks awful.
They put all of the
WrestleMania,
WrestleMania people in it.
Like even the poster.
So John Cena might be in it. I wonder if he is.
Oh.
I think he might be actually. I could be making
look at it. We should watch that sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it'll make us hate Surf's Up.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Maybe one day, if it was a Disney movie, I bet they would do a live action. Be awful. Surfing real actual penguins.
And it's the mockumentary would be so much less funny if it just was live action.
Yeah. I still want to know if it's penguins making it or if it's or it could be really any animal.
Yeah. I thought we saw like the director characters and I thought they were penguins, but I could be wrong.
Oh, did we?
Maybe.
When you said something, I think they were just assistants
to
whoever.
I think at some point, I think there were a couple other points where we saw like a filmmaker penguin. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think that's what was happening.
Wow. I want to see other films by these filmmaker penguins. What else are they following? What other?
I feel like Chicken Joe got like a spin-off documentary.
Yeah, that's the spin-off I would want to see.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe that should be a segment of what would the spin.
We have
no
more segments.
We missed the best segment last time.
Where did the train go? Oh no!
We should just say retroactively. We'll be in the
underdog.
Yeah. Okay. Retroactively an underdog. Where we with the train. Underdog saves people from a train. I feel like is it in like okay. Okay, you know the Spider-Man where he's on the train and he's like stop. So either like that. I think the same kind of thing happens in like The Incredibles where it's like how will I save the train? And I feel like
they did a lot of like Spider-Man copy scenes.
Yeah, so do that.
Yeah.
There's got to be a train in
Surf's Up?
In Underdog. Like, why isn't there? Or instead of in the sewers, in the subway station, they have a subway evil layer. Is that a thing? That's in something. Sherlock? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Maybe. Okay, and this one. And I don't see any location for a train. It all takes place on the beach and in Antarctica. In the ocean.
The kids made
a train
sandcastle.
That is a reach. I'm gonna make a bold choice here and say no trains. This movie is perfect without trains. I know, it's groundbreaking.
Okay, another idea for a train.
Like one of those, like the channel that goes under the ocean.
Instead of just one whale transports them from Antarctica to Penguin Island, it's a train of them. So there's like smaller ones and it's like different cars. Just to have a train.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are
sure.
Or instead of I mean this wouldn't make sense, but instead of them just like shooting around in the tunnels with the roller coaster scene, it's like a train car of like a mining, like you know those mining carts like the Mario the Wario's gold mine or whatever, like that, where they're just in a mining cart. We can call it a train.
Okay.
Those are my 3 ideas for you.
Thank you.
Because we didn't get any in the last episode.
Okay.
No wonder it felt so short. We didn't discuss the train for 5 minutes.
You're so right.
Yeah. But yeah, spin-off or sequel. I think Chicken Joe. I think we go to Sheboygan. I think he opens a surfing school on Lake Michigan for all those ducks that were in the picture of him.
Yeah.
And he gets like all the animals in there. What are there? I don't even know what animals they have in Michigan. I guess like farm animals.
Geese.
Yeah.
Other birds.
Or just like somewhere else in the world. They all go to a new location. Or a new sport, but it's the same style.
Yeah.
Different animals.
I can see him as like a PE teacher.
Wait, Chicken Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have like a PE teacher's vibe?
Yeah, but like he has a whistle.
Let's just spin off where he's a PE teacher.
Yeah. It's a mockumentary series.
Oh yeah.
Of Chicken Joe works at a school in Michigan.
Sheboygan.
And he
So mockumentary series.
Chicken Joe is running a school in Sheboygan. He's a PE teacher. It wouldn't be good for more than one episode, but like it'd be a funny like how like Shrek has at the end of Shrek 2 when they do the American Idol. And it's like a 10-minute sketch.
Yeah.
Like, that's what Chicken Joe... A DVD bonus feature is Chicken Joe.
That would be good. Yeah, you've solved it.
Yeah. But what... just so awkward. Trying to remember what I said, what... Should we give context to why I'm... Okay.
Yeah, so... As happens literally every time we record, our camera shut off again, so we're re-recording some stuff.
Just the last 4 minutes,
Yeah.
but we finally had a good ending, and so we've got to make it authentic. We've got to make it authentic.
Don't promise a good ending, then they'll be like,
it was good the time before, so we don't know what it'll be this time. But anyway, I asked, what other animal sport combo mockumentary do you want to see? Yeah,
I was thinking, like, I would watch a frog on ice skates.
Yeah.
Or, better, a bigger animal, like, I would watch a camel.
Yes.
Ice skating.
And I think a camel will be good.
And we already saw Surfing Dog in the Shaggy Dog.
Yeah.
So that's already done. Airbud did a lot of these already. But I would watch
I think I was
on
thinking
ice
goose ice skating, like, like, you know, a trumpet of a swan. It's like on a lake.
Yeah.
A swan on a lake. I guess a swan ice skating.
Lake.
But like a goose in the swan ice skating contest.
Yeah.
Because they're on a lake and it's frozen already.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Canada goose. It's there all year round, practicing, and then the swans come back and it like crushes them.
Solid.
Or an ostrich doing hurdles. That was the other thing I said.
That would be good.
I still think camel ice skating is good though, because it's like an animal that you don't picture ice skating.
Yeah.
We don't picture any animal ice skating, but you don't picture in the snow, like in the cold, like how penguins you don't really picture surfing.
Mm-hmm. What was
Yeah.
and
then I think we were just like, that feels like a good note to end on, because what else was I going to say besides ostrich
we were saying follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram.
And you can watch the podcast on YouTube.
Or if you're watching, you can listen.
Yeah.
Give us those views. And then
but
I was like,
you can see stuff like this guy.
And then I need to make sure that I tell everyone.
Yeah.
I didn't buy this for this. I got this on a set I was working on. One of my jobs, only jobs of the day, was like, blow up this thing that we're going to use. Catch him in some tuxedo commercials real soon. He's a star. And so I was like, they told me, you know, we're just going to leave it here. The people that live here have a pool. Like, they could use it. And I was like, can I have it? I absolutely want it. He's beautiful.
And so I work so hard on him.
I work so hard on him. And he's really hard to blow up. And I don't know where to put him because he takes up the entire house. But, like, he's beautiful. He's so good. And he needs a name.
He did need a name.
He did need a name. Oh, wait.
Chicken Dog.
Wait. Yeah, we needed to just say what we were doing next.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Oh.
I don't remember
Chicken Dog.
Yeah.
Wait.
Chicken Dog. Next week. Next episode after this one.
Yeah.
It's going to be sort of kind of an animal movie. 65. Starring Adam Driver. I've heard it's not good and features not enough dinosaurs.
I heard it's like not good in not a fun way, and like this just kind of sucks way.
But we'll make it fun. Don't worry.
But we'll make it fun.
We'll have.
It sounds fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he needs a name.
Yeah. See, my first thought was like Chicken Joe is a fun name. Just
you said Dog Joe.
And
then you said Dog Joe, and I said Chicken Dog.
Chicken Dog Joe.
Chicken Dog Joe, and then
like
I was like,
Joe.
Sounds like Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah.
And so it's catchy.
It is
like a song.
Yeah.